Hi, I'm Kimberly Greenwell, creator and host of My Southern Home. My company, KAG Consulting, is proud to bring you Renovating Kentuckiana, the only home improvement television show based right here in Louisville. We hope you enjoy the show as much as we do. Renovating Kentuckiana is brought to you by Carrier. Welcome to Renovating Kentuckiana. The Mercier Brothers and SB Home Renovations are going to take you to a new home each week and show you its amazing before and after transformation. Stay tuned for Renovating Kentuckiana.
Thanks again for joining us this week. We are excited to be in the southwest part of Louisville today with our Renovating Kentuckiana team. And we are in a neighborhood where home values range from $150,000 to $250,000. Most of the homes in the area were built in the late 90s and early 2000s. So Todd and I both really enjoy cooking and entertaining in our homes. And of course, a lot of that happens in the kitchen.
And some of us are better cooks than others, I will say. But, you know, the kitchen is the epicenter of the home, and it's kind of where family congregates and friends and entertaining. So it's an important space that when you're thinking about renovating, we're seeing the trends being to more of an open floor plan, where it's open into the living room area or the dining room area, cook and entertain at the same time.
Absolutely. And from the consumer side, you know, when I'm out with clients, you know, they are really looking and asking for open floor plans, kitchens that are really functional for them as a gathering
with the house,
space.
yes.
Absolutely. So, you know, but sometimes, you know, I'm out with clients and we find a house that they love, but the kitchen needs some updating. What options would they have in that scenario?
Well, if you're looking to finance that type of renovation, you know, we've talked about several in different episodes, and one we mentioned was that home equity line of credit, which is a great short-term loan for a borrower, and they can basically finance those renovations with a low interest rate. But I'd also like to mention there's another option called a home equity loan. And in that circumstance, it's actually a fixed loan amount that the borrower is getting to do the renovation. And that will carry a fixed rate. It's a little bit shorter term, but it does allow the borrower to finance those renovations with the ability of paying it off over time. The best part is with the kitchen renovation. An average is about 75% rate of return on that investment when the time comes to sell that home. So
great. So build some long-term equity in
good
that
value
home as well.
to add to the home, most certainly.
Fantastic. Well, we are excited to be with SB Home Renovations today, so let's check in with them and see where they are in the process on this kitchen remodel.
Sounds great.
What's up, man? All challenges of this project, trying to keep everything on track. You know how schedules go.
Story of construction, right?
You know, you get guys that call the morning of and say, hey, I'm not going to be there till noon, so
right.
Reworking my day.
They want to sleep in. It's cold out here this morning. You know, like, I'm not getting out of bed.
It must be, but it's killing me. No. So I'm reworking my day, looking over a few things. So what you got?
Well, I was down the street and I knew you were over here, so I wanted to stop by and let you know that we signed a contract on another kitchen remodel.
Okay.
It's going to be a really, really fun job just because we're taking it from builder grade all the way to it's going custom, so it's going to be really nice looking.
How big is it? Are we moving walls? Or
we're not moving. We're taking walls away. We're going to open up the space between the kitchen and the living room just to make it a little bit more to where it flows a lot better for gatherings and entertaining.
Okay.
But the primary rectangle shape of the kitchen is going to stay the same.
Okay.
Moving around a few appliances, but nothing crazy.
We're looking at how's the home, because that's always I'm always curious about that.
Yeah, the house was built probably in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, in that time
so we're
frame.
looking at what we're looking at. If we're doing that, probably 4 to 5 week job.
4 to 5 week job. I spoke with Karen, just so you know, they're still running 4 to 5 weeks on their cabinets. So we're looking to start this project in about 5 weeks, so giving time for selections and all that kind of stuff.
So you're giving me plenty of time to plan. I get to see, I can see the LVLs and all that kind of stuff I need to get going. All right, well, cool.
So we'll need to get, I'll get you the span. That way you can get all the information over to 84 and they can size that, and then we can go downtown and get permits and all that stuff rolling.
All right, cool. Well, I'm ready. So
all right.
we're on the downhill side of this one, so you know, a couple more and we'll be ready to go. So
good deal. Good deal.
Well, let's head that way and get going.
All right, sounds good.
All right, cool.
We are SB Home Renovations, Kentuckiana's premier renovation company. I'm Steve.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Brian. We can take your construction project from vision to reality, from design concept through the build process.
Give us a call at 502-384-7585 or visit our website at www.sbhomerenovations.com, and also follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Hello, I'm Steve Cundiff with Simmons Realtors. Thanks for tuning in to Renovating Kentuckiana with my friends Steve, Casey, and my son-in-law Brian. They're the team you need for all your renovation needs, and they do an amazing job. For buying, selling, investing, choose a realtor. I've successfully served the Kentuckiana area for 13 years, and I would love to earn your business. I'm Steve Cundiff, Simmons.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool breeze on a scorching day? Or a cozy corner on a cold night? That every room of the house is as inviting as the next. And the air is fresh and clean for everyone. That humidity is where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable, however you define it.
Starting in February, Kimberly Greenwell kicks off an hour of must-see home improvement television. Kimberly introduces you to the hottest developments and home improvement companies during My Southern Home. Then SB Home Renovations and the Mercier Brothers show you 13 homes and their amazing before and after transformations during Renovating Kentuckiana. Tune into WBNA 21 Sundays at 12:30 to see the only local home shows in Kentuckiana.
Renovating Kentuckiana is brought to you by Carrier.
So Karen, the kitchen that we're working on today for Brent and Lisa, right now they have a very cookie cutter floor plan and just design theme in their kitchen, and we really want to bring that to a custom line. So our plan is we've got a wall over here that we're going to open this up. So if you're here, you would be looking into their living room, and again, just going to make that opening much wider for them, much more inviting. The other problem area that we have in layout is they have a blank wall that's perpendicular to their patio doors, and just want to make that more useful space for them. And it'll also kind of balance out their kitchen. So yeah, I see that you've kind of drawn in kind of a bar space there, and I think that would be fantastic.
So we added back in the pantry that we took over here. We put the refrigerator where the pantry was. She was really concerned about it not looking cookie cutter. So by adding this glass, you know, in the different places, it's going to make it look, you know, top notch.
It'll highlight that space, like you said, dress it up a little bit, and then like you've got the two-piece crown. I think that's going to add a lot to it. I noticed we've got a light rail drawn in. That adds a lot in these finished in panels. So,
and she's not losing any of her function. She's gaining storage. She's gaining everything. So,
well, you know that always pleases the customer.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. The difficult parts here that I see we might need to talk about would be these, since they have these corner areas.
And we have some really good solution for this corner area. I know she needed a place to store all of her spices. We can do Lazy Susans. We can do pull-outs. So I think we'll get everything she wants in this one.
Okay, we'll check out some of those options for those corner spaces there.
Okay.
And then what are you thinking as far as door style? I know they don't, I think that they love the idea of doing a glaze. So I know when we have done glaze in the past, it looks the best when we put that on a door that has more detail to it.
Right, right. So I know she really wants to customize the kitchen, make it not cookie cutter. So how about doing some cute little fleur-de-lis knobs just on the glass cabinets, and then switching it up and doing, you know, some decorative pulls and knobs everywhere else. Just gives that glass a little more pop.
I love that you went ahead and pulled these options for hardware, and I absolutely love that the fleur-de-lis gives that Louisville pop to the kitchen. So it'll be funny to see that if any of our guests come over and notice, you know, that she did that little pop of detail there. So I love that.
All right, guys, I see this beautiful kitchen sitting in front of me. Give me some info because I've got to build it.
Well, I made it through the selection process with Brent and Lisa.
And it's really a classic design, more on the transitional side. Their cabinet profile has a lot of detail to it, and it has a glaze on it. So when you go with the glaze on a cabinet, it just accentuates that detail. So it'll turn out really nice. We've got a light rail, so plan on having under cabinet lighting. And then typically, what does under cabinet lighting run?
Well, typically you're going to look at approximately $250 per opening, and that's going to get you an LED light plus the wiring that the electrician is going to charge to get that put in. And most generally, people are going to put that in as well in your glass door cabinets. Is that something that they decided to do as well? They
did decide to do the accent lighting in their glass cabinetry as well. It's going to highlight just a tile focal point over their stove brine, so we'll need to measure that amount next time that we're out there. And then the other great thing that they added to this kitchen is over here where this blank wall is by the patio door, it's going to be more of like their bar space. So they're going to entertain over there, which, like I said, is currently a blank wall.
Hutch type thing. All right, well, Steve and I, we've discussed the project a little bit when I seen you out on site the one day.
Sure, yep.
And a few things I see here where the walls are coming out. This is really cool, but I see two different designs here. Is this something that's been decided on? You know, this one's drywall and this one looks like it has cabinet trim, or is this something that we're going to kind of work our way into after we get that wall removed and see what exactly they want to do?
Yeah, the decision's still up in the air. It's honestly going to come down to budget because we did do some upgraded parts to their cabinetry. We just need to make sure that they're staying on budget. But they're going to have bar stools here, so what I have advised them is that honestly, if it comes down to budget and we're getting close to hitting that mark, you're going to have bar stools covering that space up anyway, so I don't feel like they're going to lose any aesthetics if they choose just to drywall it.
Okay, so so I'm clear, the upgrades, some of the upgrades, I'm just jumping off of that a little bit, but the upgrades on cabinets, are we looking at slow close, glass doors, that kind of stuff?
All of the above. Yeah, they've got a two-piece crown. You'll notice the finished end panels there. Like I said, the light rail, the glass. So it's definitely top of the line cabinet package.
But we're waiting to see how that falls because it's not a great deal of importance on the design part.
Right.
Hey, what's the worst thing you can do in a kitchen remodel, Brian? I'm going to test you, just throw one out there left field on you, as far as leaving something out.
I don't know.
Well,
slow close. I vote slow close.
No, this is kind of off kilter here. But if you go in and put brand new cabinets and you take builder grade to beautiful, put new floors in, you paint everything, you open up the walls, what about getting rid of that French door that's sitting back there that's 18 to 19 years old? So I did talk them into letting us replace that, which is just going to help that finishing touch because even with a new coat of paint, a lot of times changing that door out.
Dude, that was a trick question.
Yeah, it was. I was trying.
I didn't know there was a French door there.
I was trying to mess with you. So.
But we're going blinds inside the glass on that.
Yes. Yep. Blinds in the glass, and then that just kind of that little finishing touch there that people don't think about those things, and so I brought it up to them that you're gonna have all this new, and then you're gonna have an old steel exterior door.
It's gonna look old and
right.
Right.
No, it's a good plan.
Well, I think opening that kitchen up and adding all the new touches to it, it's just really going to, like you said, take them from builder grade to a little bit of pizzazz in there.
Okay, well, sounds good. All that's left to do is now do it.
Get started.
Let's get started.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Greenwell. Thanks for watching Renovating Kentuckiana. I'm here with Rob Lambert with Carrier. And Rob, we're going to talk about having a healthy home today.
A healthy home, yes. So, most people don't realize that the air inside of the home is much more polluted than the air outside of the home because of things like carpeting, wood. So to help take care of those things, there's lots of different kinds of equipment for indoor air quality, from air cleaners to humidifiers to dehumidifiers to ventilators to bring in fresh air, because one thing now, new home designs are much tighter, meaning they don't let as much fresh air in. So you have things like ventilators that help bring fresh air in and then exhaust the stale air. But one very important piece of indoor air quality for many people is this. This is our air purifier. So what that means is it's a filter, like a lot of people think about, but it does much more than a filter. It captures and kills the molds, viruses, and bacteria that get caught into the filter. Because what happens in most filters, it might capture, but it just lives on the filter and just have a big party on the filter. Well, on this one, it actually kills the molds and viruses so that it can't be redistributed back into the home.
Rob, that's really important to have a system like this in your home if you have small kids or if your family has a lot of allergies.
That's right. They can really take care of those problems within your home.
Thank you so much for joining us
You're
today.
welcome.
We'll be back with more Renovating Kentuckiana in just a moment.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool breeze on a scorching day? Or a cozy corner on a cold night? That every room of the house is as inviting as the next. And the air is fresh and clean for everyone. That humidity is where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable, however you define it.
Starting in February, Kimberly Greenwell kicks off an hour of must-see home improvement television. Kimberly introduces you to the hottest developments and home improvement companies during My Southern Home. Then SB Home Renovations and the Mercier Brothers show you 13 homes and their amazing before and after transformations during Renovating Kentuckiana. Tune into WBNA 21 Sundays at 12:30 to see the only local home shows in Kentuckiana.
We are SB Home Renovations, Kentuckiana's premier renovation company. I'm Steve.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Brian. We can take your construction project from vision to reality, from design concept through the build process.
Give us a call at 502-384-7585 or visit our website at www.sbhomerenovations.com and also follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Renovating Kentuckiana is brought to you by Carrier.
Hey, we're on TV.
What?
Let's go.
I just beat that board. I just beat the board, man. I guess we'll get back to it.
Get back to it. They're waiting on us.
Hey, games aren't as good as they used to be.
No,
it's like
that one's pretty good.
It's a good time.
All right. Anyways, we need to discuss schedule for the viewers.
Yep.
For the people.
Kind of give them an idea of what to expect and things like that.
Yeah, touch base on how the process is and how long it takes and kind of where we start with that.
Right.
So basically, I'll let you go because you start the whole process.
There is a method to the madness of construction. So typically what's going to happen is when you sign a contract with SB Home Renovations, there's going to be a timeline on that project from the amount of time it's going to be before we actually start construction and then how long the project's going to take. That way you have an idea of when we're starting, when we're finishing, and you're going to kind of know what to expect if you're moving out of your house or you're losing your kitchen space or you're losing your master bath, how long you're going to be without that. Then I turn it over to Brian and give him the contract that's got the amount of time that it's going to take to do construction. Because at that point in time, he hasn't seen the job. He's going off of me. And then tell him what you do at that point, Brian.
Well, basically, I take your timeline that you give me and I work backwards from it. So I'll see how many weeks out that we need to complete construction, and I'll work backwards, and that's a lot of times how we determine how long it's going to take. Typically, just out of experience, a kitchen takes 5 to 6 weeks. Basements usually take about 8 weeks. Room additions, depending on size, you're 3 to 4 months.
And time of year. Not that we're scared to go out and work in the snow or the rain, it's just a matter of safety, and then as well as with foundations and concrete, there's just things you can and can't do at different times of the year.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing that we've learned about putting a construction schedule together is everything runs cleaner, quicker, and everybody stays on task. So, we'll start with the demo process, and then we'll just work from there. We'll do the mechanicals, and then you go into the finishing, the drywall finishing, and then you end up with the pretty stuff, with the paint, the carpet, the cabinets, the trim, all that kind of stuff. But, there's always, on every job, there's always something that comes up that affects the schedule. But a lot of times, we'll try to build extra time throughout the schedule to accommodate.
Have a buffer for those.
A buffer for those issues. And you have inspections when you pull permits on all these jobs, you have inspections, and that can kind of, interfere with the schedule, and we also try to build time in for that. So, but with that said, a schedule is the cleanest, neatest, quickest way to do a kitchen, bathroom, basement, even if it's a small bathroom that's only going to take a couple weeks.
It's still good to have that schedule.
It's still good to have that schedule, because then, you know, every day, everything can be scheduled out from day one with all subcontractors.
Right.
And, you know, it's just, it's the most.
Brian, can we get back to playing the game now? I mean, I think
Let's
they did.
I'm outta here.
I think you did a good job. We're going back to games.
Hey, I'm playing Frogger.
I'm going with Pac-Man.
Hey. All right, guys, another kitchen down. The design turned out great. The colors, the layout, everything's went good. You guys did a good job. What do you guys think?
Construction side went seamless. I think we stayed on schedule with this one, so kudos to you for that. And as you can see, customizing a kitchen just really brings life and personality to the home.
Right.
Whereas before it was just, you know, it just
Boring.
builder grade, and now it's Brent and Lisa's, and it shows their personalities and their family lifestyle, and so it's a great kitchen.
Some of the challenges that that we come across quite often, because it seems like anytime we do a renovation, we're moving a wall or repositioning something, but the opening,
fun stuff, right?
The fun stuff, the fun construction stuff. Anybody can put cabinets on the wall, but it's the fun stuff that makes it their own and changes kind of the layout. But moving that wall, Steve, it really opened up the kitchen. I think that was a big thing. I think the hutch on the backside, Casey, was a great touch to kind of just tie everything together.
Yeah, it just balances the room.
Right, because that old space was kind of a spot for a table.
The void.
Yeah,
but a weird spot.
Right,
Weird
it's a
area,
weird, and it's got a door right behind it. So the hutch, I think, turned out great. Some of the things that you guys see, and you know, but it just never makes it into the design. Like when you look at the backsplash has a lot of grays in it. So instead of sticking a stark white plug and cover there, we went with a gray cover. So it's stuff like that that never makes it to a plan or design. That all comes from experience, as both of you all know, but you know, it really ties the finished product together.
It's really all in the details, like you said, Brian. It can make a big difference whether you pay attention to the small stuff. So I feel like we did that on this project, and like you said, moving that refrigerator, opening up the wall, adding the hutch. We've given them the farmhouse stainless steel sink that they wanted, and I just don't really see where they're lacking in here.
No, it's great.
This is a beautiful cabinet package.
Right. Well, and I just want everybody to know too that it's not, everybody's load-bearing walls. You hear the horror stories. It's not that big of a deal to take those things out. And, don't be scared to open up your mind and get rid of walls, because it's not as expensive as most people think, but it makes the floor plan so much more open and gives you so many more options as far as the design of the layout.
Overall, guys, it's been a great project. We stayed on budget, we stayed on time, and the clients are extremely happy with the way this turned out, and I am too. So good job to both of you guys.
Back at you.
Good job.
It was fun.
Teamwork makes a dream work.
We are SB Home Renovations, Kentuckiana's premier renovation company. I'm Steve.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Brian. We can take your construction project from vision to reality, from design concept through the build process.
Give us a call at 502-384-7585 or visit our website at www.sbhomerenovations.com, and also follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Hello, I'm Steve Cundiff with Simmons & Realtors. Thanks for tuning in to Renovating Kentuckiana with my friends Steve, Casey, and my son-in-law Brian. They're the team you need for all your renovation needs, and they do an amazing job. For buying, selling, investing, choose a realtor. I've successfully served the Kentuckiana area for 13 years, and I would love to earn your business. I'm Steve Cundiff, Simmons.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool breeze on a scorching day? Or a cozy corner on a cold night? That every room of the house is as inviting as the next. And the air is fresh and clean for everyone. That humidity is where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable, however you define it.
Starting in February, Kimberly Greenwell kicks off an hour of must-see home improvement television. Kimberly introduces you to the hottest developments and home improvement companies during My Southern Home. Then SB Home Renovations and the Mercier brothers show you 13 homes and their amazing before and after transformations during Renovating Kentuckiana. Tune into WBNA 21 Sundays at 12:30 to see the only local home shows in Kentuckiana.
Renovating Kentuckiana is brought to you by Carrier.
All right, guys, now that we have Brent and Lisa's kitchen upgraded, I hear there's a really nostalgic story for next week.
There is. Next week, we are going to be working with a client that is moving back in town, and she's going to move into the neighborhood she grew up in. So it's going to be a fun remodel and have a good backstory to it.
Cool. Stay tuned and look at the dictionary to see what nostalgic means.
Once again, SB Home Renovations did a remarkable job.
They truly did. They really opened up that space, and I loved their use of the classic colors. It just really tied the whole room together. I loved it.
So we welcome you to join us next week when we're going to be in a southern part of Louisville for an entire home remodel. And this one comes with a really cool story because SB Home Renovations is going to be bringing someone back to the street that they grew up on.
That's so cool, and I can't wait to see the project.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today on Renovating Kentuckiana. Join us next week for a full hour of home improvement television starting at 12:30 with My Southern Home.
Thanks again for joining us this week. Let's start over.
Just roll.
In a southern part of Louisville.
Let's just do it again.
Yeah.
I didn't like it anyway. Be better if you had a taco.
We don't have our brain food.
I know. I didn't eat breakfast this morning.
What you were doing.
I thought you were going, so I was like, I'm getting into. Go ahead.
That was much better. A whole lot better. Giggle boxes. Look at us for being professional and doing good, not even laughing now. Hey, quiet on the set, please. Us two are trying to stay on schedule here.
With the cabinet trim back here. Sorry, you had your tongue out.
Did I?
You go. And typically that adds about how much cost to the project.
Yeah, what are you doing? You got me careful.
All right, guys, turned out really good. I love this kitchen. All right, guys, another one down. It's turned out really good.
Another one bites the dust. And another one's gone, and another one's gone. Another one bites the dust. I was like,
Full words.
If you don't want me in the scene, I'll step back.
It's the daggum jinx of the freaking tease. It is what it is. Okay. Let's tune in next week to looking at the wrong camera. That's a good one, though. We got that. Yeah.
All right, guys, now that we have Brent and Lisa's kitchen upgraded, I hear there's a... All right, guys.
No, what? I'm just thinking about nostalgic and just like...
Yeah, you can't. I'm trying not to think about it until it just goes in a row.
Okay.
I need to get it all out, and it's not... All right, guys, now that we have Brent and Lisa's kitchen upgraded, I hear there's a really... I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. It's when it comes to saying nostalgic. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I'm going to keep trying until y'all get tired of me trying, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it.
You can do it.